What if I told you there's one position that works for 77% of women, one single adjustment that could transform her experience completely? Hey, gentlemen, I'm Dr. Emily Carter, urologist with over a decade of experience helping men understand what actually works. And here's something that's going to change everything for you. Most men spend their entire lives using the same few approaches. They stick with what's familiar, what seems to work, okay? But here's what the research reveals. There's one specific technique developed by psychotherapist Edward Eichel in the 1980s that in studies increased satisfaction rates by 56%. 56% from one simple adjustment. Now, before you think you already know what I'm about to say, let me stop you, because this isn't what you think. This isn't about trying harder or lasting longer or any of that. This is about understanding how her body actually responds and positioning yourself to work with that biology instead of against it. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you is backed by decades of research, and it works. Here's what most men don't understand. And honestly, it's not your fault. Everything you learned about connection probably came from movies, friends, or just trial and error. Nobody ever explained the actual science behind what makes certain approaches more effective than others. So let me give you that science right now. According to research, only about 20% of women can experience full satisfaction from traditional movement alone. That means 80% needs something additional. And here's the key insight. Most standard approaches completely miss what that 80% actually need. They focus on depth and speed, when research shows that's not what matters most. What matters is contact with the external pleasure center, the area with over 8,000 nerve endings. Most methods create little to no contact with that area at all. That's the real issue. And that's exactly what this one technique fixes. But before I show you what it is, let's talk about why this matters, especially for men over 50. If you're over 50, you've probably noticed that intimacy evolves. Maybe things don't happen as quickly. Maybe there's more pressure to perform. Maybe you're wondering if you still have what it takes. Here's the truth. You have something younger guys will never have: experience, patience, and the willingness to actually learn what works. Younger men rush. They focus on performance. They think speed and intensity are what matter. But research shows that's exactly backwards. What most women appreciate, especially mature women, is someone who understands their rhythm, someone who takes time, who focuses on connection, not just completion. And that's where this technique comes in, because it's specifically designed to maximize her satisfaction, not by working harder, but by working smarter. Now, let's talk about what this is and why it works so well. The technique is called the coital alignment technique, or CAT for short. At first glance, it looks similar to the standard face-to-face setup, but there's one critical difference that changes everything. Here's how it works. The male partner shifts slightly upward along the partner's body until the base aligns with the outer sensitivity zone. Instead of traditional forward and back motion, CAT focuses on vertical rhythm and gentle contact, shifting attention from internal motion to external alignment. Here's why this works. Studies indicate that only about 20% of partners can experience full satisfaction from typical movement alone. The rest requires some form of outer area activation to reach completion. The problem with most positions is that they create distance between bodies, which means no contact with the zone that 80% of women need engaged. CAT solves this. By positioning slightly higher and using a rocking motion instead of thrusting, you maintain continuous contact with her most responsive area. In one study published in the Journal of Sex and Marital Therapy, women who practiced CAT reported a 56% increase in satisfaction, 56% from one simple adjustment. And here's what makes it even more powerful. Both partners maintain connection by coordinating their rhythm, with the male guiding the downward motion and the female leading the upward one. This coordination builds a gradual rhythm, allowing both to move together, increasing intensity slowly. That's exactly what leads to deeper, more fulfilling experiences. Now, let me show you exactly how to do this. Here's your complete guide to the cat technique. Step 1. Starting position. Begin in the standard face-to-face setup. She's on her back and you're above facing her. So far, everything's normal. Step 2. The critical adjustment. Now, here's where things change. Position yourself slightly higher than usual. Your chest should roughly align with her shoulders. This shifts your hips upward, so instead of a straight entry, the base now rests against her outer sensitivity zone. Step 3. The motion. Begin gently, using just the tip for guidance, then let the rest softly on the external area. Next, take a rocking motion, up and down, not in and out. This isn't about thrusting, it's about rhythm. Your whole body moves as one unit in a slow, steady, rocking flow. Step 4. The coordination. The male partner leads the downward motion, while the female partner naturally follows the upward one, maintaining slight but steady counterpressure. This creates a push-pull rhythm. When you rock down, she rocks up. When you rock up, she rocks down. You're working together, creating gentle, continuous contact along her responsive zone. Step 5, let her guide. Take it slow at first to ensure she's getting the right level of pressure. Pay attention to her breathing and how her body responds. If she's drawing you closer, you're doing well. If she tenses, ease off slightly. The essence of CAT isn't perfect movement. It's patience and coordination. You're not performing, you're connecting. Now, while CAT works for many, research shows another technique that some partners prefer even more, the forward-facing woman-on-top variation. This approach is frequently mentioned as one of the most enjoyable options because it gives her full control over rhythm, angle, and pace while naturally stimulating the outer sensitivity zone. Why it works so well? When she's on top, she guides everything: the depth, speed, and amount of pressure. And because about 96% of women need external activation, either alone or alongside internal movement to finish, this setup allows for natural contact and control. She can rock forward and back, generating friction precisely where and how she needs it. Research confirms this. A higher proportion of female satisfaction is associated with face-to-face setups where the woman is above. How to make it work for her? When you are on top, don't bounce. Rock. Lean slightly forward so your outer area makes contact with his pelvic bone, then gently rock forward and back, maintaining smooth, consistent rhythm. For him, your role is simple. Stay still at first and let her find her pace. Rest your hands on her hips for support or explore her body gently, but allow her to lead the motion until she settles into her rhythm. Once she's found what works, you can add subtle upward motion, syncing with her pace. She leads, you follow. Now, here's the secret that amplifies both techniques. Whether you're using cat or woman on top, one addition can dramatically improve results: manual activation. About 96% of women benefit from or require external attention, either alone or combined with internal motion. So combining position adjustments with gentle touch produces the most powerful results. During cat, your hands are free. Use them wisely. Lightly stimulate her outer area while maintaining the rocking rhythm. The combination of position and touch can be remarkably effective. During woman on top, she can do the same using natural body contact, her fingers, or an external tool. If she feels shy, reassure her. Let her know that seeing her enjoy herself is deeply appealing. Research from Emory University shows that 7 in 10 women need some form of external activation to reach completion. This isn't optional, it's essential. So make it part of your connection routine, whether it's your hand, her hand, or both. Direct attention combined with coordinated rhythm gives the most consistent, rewarding results. Now, let me tell you what not to do, because these mistakes ruin the effectiveness of both positions. Mistake 1. Going too fast. These positions require patience. Rushing destroys the rhythm, and without rhythm, the friction that creates satisfaction disappears. Start slow, build gradually. Let the intensity increase naturally. Mistake 2. Forgetting to communicate. Every woman is different. What works for one might not work for another. Ask her, does this pressure feel good? Should I move higher, lower, faster, slower? Communication isn't awkward, it's essential. Mistake 3. Focusing on your own finish. The moment you start worrying about your own performance, you lose focus on her response, and her response is what guides everything. Stay present. Pay attention to her breathing, her sounds, how her body moves. That tells you everything you need to know. Mistake 4. Giving up too soon. These positions require practice. The first time might feel awkward. That's normal. Keep trying. The more you practice together, the better the coordination becomes. And coordination is what makes these positions work. Here's what I want you to understand. These positions work because they're based on biology, not guesswork. Only about 20% of women can experience satisfaction from typical intercourse. The rest requires some form of external stimulation. Cat and Woman on Top both provide that stimulation by design, not by accident. But here's what matters more than the position itself: your mindset. If you approach intimacy as a performance, where you're trying to prove something, you'll create pressure, and pressure kills satisfaction for both of you. But if you approach intimacy as connection, where you're exploring together, learning together, responding to each other, that's when these positions become transformative. The goal isn't checking a box, it's creating an experience where she feels seen, appreciated, and thoroughly satisfied. When you combine these research-backed positions with genuine presence and care, that's when everything changes. So here's your action plan this week. Try CAT. Don't announce it, don't make it a big thing. Just during your next intimate moment, make that upward adjustment. Start the rocking motion. See how she responds. Pay attention. Is she pulling you closer? Is her breathing deepening? Those are signs it's working. Next time, try Woman on Top. Encourage her to take control, to find the angle and rhythm that works for her body. And both times, add manual stimulation, either from you or from her. Make it natural. Make it part of the flow. Most importantly, talk. Afterward, ask her what felt good, what she'd like more of, what she'd like different. This feedback is how you get better. Not by guessing, by asking and adjusting. Remember, great lovers aren't born knowing this stuff. They learn, they pay attention, they care enough to keep improving, and that's exactly what you're doing right now. Now, here's what I need you to do. If this video gave you actionable information you can actually use tonight, smash that like button right now. That tells YouTube to show this to more men who need this information. Then, drop a comment below. Tell me, have you tried either of these positions? Which one are you most excited to try? Your comment creates conversation and helps other men know they're not alone in wanting to improve.